the Accidental Hustler. This week I got to sit down with Eric Thomas of the Rolling Grill. So Eric has appeared on Chop and he's also appeared on Barbecue Pit Wars. We had a very candid conversation about how he got started in business, what it's been like being on reality TV, as well as some advice for people who are looking to start their own restaurant business. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this week's episode. We have Mr. Eric Thomas of the Rolling Grill. What's up, Eric?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
All right. So, Eric, tell everybody how you got started with the Rolling Grill.
Rolling Grill got started in 2004. I was working a 9-to-5 in corporate America, working as a provisioning engineer in telecom. The company was going out of business. They told us last minute. I didn't have any backup plan. So I got laid off, had to go home and brainstorm, thought about it, and I fell into what I really love to do. I really love to cook. So lo and behold, a month later, 2 months later, I got called back to the job. So from that time to the time that they actually closed the company in 2005, that's when the Rolling Grill was created. And so when the doors closed, I was already rocking and rolling, and I just fell right into, cooking.
So you had your exit strategy once they gave you the notice that, it was going to be a done deal, huh?
Yeah, the second time I did. The first time I was clueless, which is why I would tell anybody when you're working in corporate America and even if you don't think you're ever going to go anywhere as far as layoffs or whatever, stuff happens. So always have a backup plan. You must have a backup plan in corporate America, especially in today's world. You better be having something.
Navigating the pandemic right now. People are going home. People are getting laid off. Some jobs are not opening back up, so you definitely do have to have a backup plan.
Right. Exactly.
So, you said cooking is that your first love?
Yeah, that's what I've always done. I mean, when I was in grade school, my mom would come home. My mom would work in the morning. My father would work at night. So by the time he was leaving, I had come home from school. I had already had dinner ready. So he would be taking dinner to go for lunch because he worked at the late night shift. And by the time she got home, everything was already ready. So me and my sister was already good. She came home and ate. And that's pretty much, he's the one that started me to cooking. And so after a while, I just got good at it. And ever since I was probably like 9 or 10 years old.
All right. So what made the specialty barbecue? Because you are a pit master.
Specialty barbecue. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that. Me and a good buddy of mine, when I was at KMC Telecom, we always liked to cook when we were working. I mean, that was our thing. So that was something I had done when I was in the military. We had always cooked out. When I was in college, we had always cooked out. So it was just something that I knew very well. I knew my way around the grill. And then in my family reunions are huge. So that's all we ever did was cook out, So we started looking on eBay back when eBay was popping. And I saw a grill on eBay. It was a big grill, probably 4 by whatever. It was on a trailer and it was like $1,500. I had never seen it, anything. It was on eBay. I bid on it. I won it. I went to go pick it up. It was a propane smoker, and ever since then, that's how the Rolling Grill was started. It was a grill, literally a gas grill, a big one though, on the back of a small little raggedy trailer. Hence, that's what I called it.
Gotcha.
The premise was to roll up anywhere and cook.
And that's a good thing. And so that leads into my next question. What made you decide to be totally mobile instead of opening up your own restaurant?
I just think when you first starting, like especially if it's cooking, you got to see what works. I mean, you got to figure out what works. If you go spend all that money in a brick and mortar, come to find out that you're really not that passionate about what you like to do, because passion and like is two different things.
Yes.
People get it confused. Passion and like, you can like to cook, but if people that like to cook don't want to stay up all night and cook, they just want to go and cook and get it done. People that's passionate about it will stay up all night to make sure it's done right. They're very anal retentive about it, but those make the best cooks because they love it and they want to give you a piece of what they love. They want you to feel like it came from their heart. And so, so that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to be able to roll up to people's homes cater, get my money, get in and get out. I didn't want to be bothered with brick and mortars and all of that. At some point I did, and I tried to do it with a few different people. It just didn't work out because everybody don't have that same drive. But I tried it, but it just didn't work out. So mobile was the quickest and easiest way to get going with a low amount of money and to hit the ground running. Because whatever I did not have to do the events, I could rent from the rental agencies and keep. If I didn't have enough staff, I could go and hire staff through the temp agencies. So everything I did not have, I was able to get without a lot of money.
Been on several different TV shows. Tell us about that experience and what even made you decide to say, hey, you know, let me audition for this and see if it works out.
Well, I'll start with the first one, BBQ Pitmasters. The thing that people don't realize about those TV shows is they think you show up, you try out and you get it. I had tried out like 5 different times for that 5 different seasons. I mean, I had tried out as far as when the 3rd or 4th Food Network star was out. But I think in all of those declines and no's, it actually helped me to get comfortable in front of the camera, get comfortable in cooking in front of the camera, because that's a totally different thing, and get comfortable in cooking and talking in front of the camera. Because some people can cook, but they can't talk while they do it. And they can't explain to you how they do it. So, I mean, it was just something I wanted to do. It was just something I wanted to try. I thought elevate what I was trying to do. Anything that I've done from a book to whatever was always something that I thought would be, it's like a tree. And the rolling grill is the base of the tree. TV was a branch. The book was a branch. The seasonings, everything that comes off that base is a branch that I thought in the grand scheme of things would help me get to where I was trying to go, which is to, you know, one day have maybe some restaurants, have my seasonings here and, you know, be out cooking for celebrities and stuff like that. But the rolling grill was my base, and TV was something that was going to help me get there.
All right. So what was your experience like? Like, how did you, you know, after you got the auditions and the callbacks and things like that, what was your experience like? Because you did BBQ Pit Wars? Or
I did BBQ Pitmasters, 2 seasons. I did BBQ Pit Wars. I was helping somebody else with that one, and then I did Food Network Chop.
Right. So with the Pitmasters, it seemed like you guys had formed a relationship. Do you still have those relationships with those guys that you were on the season with?
Oh yeah, actually all the guys that I either cooked against or were in the competitions, yeah, I know all of them. I mean, at that time, the whole barbecue thing was like a little community. You know, it was like everybody knew everybody. We'd see each other at different competitions or different events. But yeah, I still keep in contact with all those guys. I mean, we still have a really good relationship.
Gotcha. So Chop was the change up though, right?
Chop was the change up. Yeah. Chop was initially supposed to be outside. It was Chop Grill Masters. Okay. But it was inside. So they ain't really no grill master. I don't know why they called it that, but it was supposed to be outside. I don't know what happened, but Chop was the change up. Chop, I would say, out of all of the shows, was the hardest because in Pit Masters and Pit Wars, you knew the protein, but you didn't have time to come up with an idea of what to do with it. Whereas with Chop, you know nothing. And so when you open those baskets, that's your first time seeing what's in it. And so you just got to go off the cuff. But I would tell anybody that's even going to do a show like Chop, you just have to realize a protein, which is the meat, is going to be whatever it is, pork, chicken, or whatever. You just got to make sure you know a good dessert or how to get around one. And you got to know some kind of sauce. Okay. Because at the end of the day, when you go to a restaurant, there's a piece of chicken on the plate and there's always a sauce to go with it. You just got to know how to, pair flavors. If you know how to pair flavors, then you won't have no problem with Chop.
Gotcha. And I think that really was able to showcase your versatility in the kitchen, because not only do you barbecue extremely well, like you are a talented chef. Did you have like any formal training with that?
No, I've never had any formal training, but what I do, and I would recommend to other people that like to cook, is I don't have a problem watching other people do it. A lot of people that cook for a living don't want to watch Food Network. They don't want to watch the different cooking shows. Well, that's your education. Right. Because no one chef knows it all. So if you're not watching the way other people prepare something so that you can maybe do it different in your mind and tweak it a little bit, then how are you growing? I mean,
right.
At the end of the day, everybody can fry chicken, but maybe they fried chicken and they brined it first, fried it in a different kind of oil. If you don't watch those kind of shows or go and, go to food and wine festivals and all that kind of stuff to get briefed on what's new, and even if you're catering, you have to go to some of these catering shows so that you can see what the new stuff is that people are decorating tables with and all that good stuff. But
absolutely right. I always recommend that people take classes. Like,
yeah,
I was doing cake baking. I could bake a good cake, and I watched YouTube and learned how to decorate things. But I went to the Cake King. He was one of the top people in the industry. And I actually took a physical class with him so that I could perfect my craft and be able to charge my worth. You can't just be here like cooking and making stuff and then charging top dollar for it when you aren't trained, or have given yourself the opportunity to grow into those prices, right?
Right. And like you said, if you don't take these classes, if you don't try to further your education, whether it's reading books or, whatever, going on watching YouTube videos, you learn a lot from YouTube videos. You'll learn more YouTube videos than you probably would watching Food Network.
YouTube University.
Yeah. But the thing about it is you'll never get confident in charging what you're worth if you don't try to expand your education as far as whatever it is you love to do. Because you're never gonna feel like you're worth whatever it is you should be charging. And so you always lowball yourself. People do it all the time. I did it. I mean, if you're gonna start a business, most of the time, most people always lowball themselves until they start getting confident.
Charging $50 a cake that would take me 8 or 9 hours to make. And I remember having a specific conversation with you telling me if I did not up my prices that we was gonna have a problem. Just because, I was not charging for the quality of what I was able to do. Just for the area that, I was in or whatever.
In your time is probably the most precious thing. I mean, because, people don't realize for you to make that cake, you had to go get the ingredients. You know what I'm saying? You had to do the shopping.
Right.
You ain't got no truck pulling up to your door, food service truck dropping it off. You had to do all of that. So you saved them a lot of time and effort, because if not, they would have had to go out and get every individual ingredients to make that. So you got to pay for that. You got to pay people for what their time more than